Hello and welcome to our career interview with Miss Olivia Gismervik. Joining me today for this interview is Greenville student Annalise Goyette. So Olivia, we'll get started. If you can tell us what is your profession and what has been the journey to get to where you are today?
Right, so I am a chef and a baker. I graduated from high school and I went to Schenectady Community College. I did their baking and pastry program and their culinary program. I did a couple of Disney college programs where I did on-the-job training. I worked at Walt Disney World for almost 5 years as a sous chef, and now I own my own small business where I'm a cottage baker. I work out of my home making pastries and cookies and cakes and all that good stuff.
Can you tell us a little? Oh, sorry, I was going to say, go. No, Annalise, go for it.
Could you walk us through your typical day of work?
Right, so I take a lot of my orders ahead of time. So right now I'm booked about 2 months out. So I always know each day what is expected of me, what I need to deliver. So for example, today I woke up, I made a few batches of cookie dough, I cut and baked cookies, and I'm working on decorating them. So it kind of varies day by day. Tomorrow I have 3 cakes going out, so I'll be cutting cakes, baking cakes, filling them, decorating. So my typical day right now with my own business is usually deliveries in the morning and then baking and prep in the afternoon and evenings.
So what do you love most about your job?
It's a really, being in culinary and being in baking and pastry is a really fun chance to be creative. I think what I like about having my own small business now so far is I really get a lot of say in what I want to do. So if I want to make, some fun Easter cupcakes, then that's what I get to do. And I just, I have control over the orders that I take. But being able to express your creativity and kind of grow your artistic skills is something that I've really enjoyed so far. Doing baking and pastry, I get a lot of requests for different themes and different, aesthetics and different designs. So people really challenge me to grow my artistic skills and get creative. And, I really look forward to all of the new things that, someone requests. So I have a geode cake coming up. I've never made a geode, rock candy cake, but I'm really excited to do it. So.
Do you have an online website to help promote your business?
So right now, so owning my own small business is something that I never really expected for myself. It kind of came out of, last year's circumstances and COVID. So right now my business is based off of my Facebook business page and my Instagram. I'm currently working on developing a website, but right now I do all of my business and all of my promotion through social media.
That makes sense, especially with COVID and everything.
Yeah.
Can you show us what you're working on?
Yeah, I'm working. So I have St. Patrick's Day
project.
I have
That's awesome.
Shamrock going out. So I do a lot of business for travel agents and for like lawyers' offices and a lot of people in the area. So this one is actually for a lawyer's office. They're doing a work member appreciation day. So I'm doing 350 Shamrock cookies, and we're gonna dust them down with glitter and finish them, and then they'll be delivered on Friday morning.
That's awesome. So what are some challenges that you've faced?
Well, I guess there's 2 kind of aspects to approach here. So working in the kitchen at Disney, working in a restaurant and working, for another chef and working with other people, I think the biggest challenge in kitchens is that you get a really wide assortment of people and personalities. So being a people person and being able to kind of be a problem solver and a good communicator is very important when you're working in a kitchen. I don't know the best way to describe it. Cooks have very unique personalities. Bakers have very unique personalities. You get some really strong ones. You get some people that just kind of want to put their head down and work. So being able to kind of be flexible with your own expectations and your own personality, you just have to be the kind of person that can go with the flow and really, express to other people how you're feeling, what you need, and what the expectations are in the kitchen. For my own small business, I would say my biggest challenge has been just navigating the world of small business. I had always kind of expected that I would work in another kitchen or work for somebody else. And that was always a really great thought. So working on my own now, I kind of am realizing how important it is to have a little bit of that business knowledge. Something that I never really got into was like computer skills, technology skills. I'm having moments of regret with that now, because it's when you have your own small business, you really need to be able to navigate, building a website, social media, figuring out how you're gonna, keep your books. So that's all stuff that I'm learning, and it's really exciting to learn it. But I kick myself for not taking more computer classes like early on, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. So those are all really good things to know if you ever hope to be like a sous chef or, a head baker.
So besides that advice for the computers, what other advice would you give to students going into this profession?
I think on-the-job experience for me, I think is the best thing that anybody who wants to do this can do for themselves. Get into it early and be open to jobs that maybe you didn't expect for yourself. When I was in high school, I worked at an Italian restaurant as the takeout girl, just taking orders. So I kind of started in every aspect. Be flexible and don't limit yourself to one area. I always wanted to explore both culinary and pastry. And so I was able to do that. I took a mix of classes in college. And when I was working at Disney, I made sure that I was picking up hours in the bakery, even though I was culinary. And having the knowledge of both sides of that can really give you an edge with whatever you want to do. The reason that I got the sous chef position when I did at Walt Disney World was because they needed somebody that had culinary and baking. And in addition to that knowledge on food ordering, on mathematics, on, breaking down, if you're feeding 300 people, how many mashed potatoes do you need to prep to feed that many people? So really kind of exploring every aspect of it and not limiting yourself to, I just want to do meats or I just want to make pasta. Be open and really just continue to grow your knowledge.
So what's your specialty? Like, what's the one thing that you either love making or that is just out of this world that I wish I could probably eat it right now?
Again, I get these weird requests for like random things. Somebody the other day said, I want Nordstrom's white chocolate raspberry bread pudding. And I was like, okay. It was so good. I think it's one of the best things I've ever made. It was kind of like a copycat recipe, but I love bread pudding. So I make like a few different flavors of that, a little bit of fresh fruit sauce on top, bread pudding. But my favorite thing, to make creatively and the most popular thing that is ordered through my business is decorated cookies. So lots of sugar cookies. I'm working on shamrocks today, but I also have an order tomorrow for 24 Star Wars cookies. So.
Yeah, I know. I follow you on social media, and some of the pictures I've seen of like Mickey Mouse cookies, and I think Star Wars before are very impressive. So maybe I'll try to capture some of those pictures and put them into this video when we post it too, because they are very cool.
Definitely.
So we're coming to the end of our time together today. Annalise, do you have any other questions that you want to ask?
I'm trying to think. What is your, like, how do your hours different? Because I know it can range from, 3 to however many hours throughout the day. Like, what's your longest amount of time that you've worked on something?
Right. So that's one thing I guess you definitely would want to express to anybody going into this business is you go into culinary, you become a chef, you become a baker because you're passionate about it, and you have to be willing to put those hours in. I've worked 16-hour days. I've worked 8-hour days. So right now in my own business, I find that I'm doing anywhere from 12 to 14 hours, depending on how busy it is. But that's also because it's just me. When you're working for somebody else, you may be able to designate or dictate, I should say, the time that you want to put into it. There's some people that just work their 8 hours and they go home, and that's a great thing. It's really what you want to put into it and what you want to get out of it. I think for the average restaurant cook or chef, you're probably looking at a 10 or a 12-hour day.
So Olivia, we're coming to the end of our time. Anything else that you want to share with students who will be watching this that we didn't get to?
I'm just super excited that you guys, were able to let me be a part of this. And for anybody that has an interest in, becoming a chef or becoming a baker, just, practice at home. Start early, make friends, make friends cookies, make friends birthday cakes. Get as much, experience as you can, and do it early on, because then you can decide, is this for you? Is this not for you? And, what other branch of culinary do you want to go into? So follow the passion and be open to learning new skills.
Excellent advice. Thank you so much for your time today. We truly appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good